It's August 30th, 2022, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and it's my birthday on Thursday. I'll be 32. I've lived a hard life. What can I say? When asked in a new poll, a majority of Americans said they disapprove of President Biden. Said President Biden, "Okay, same question, but what if I gave you $10,000? Of course, I'm referring to Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, where he said he will forgive $20,000 in student loans for families making up to $250,000. And for those opposed to the plan, please, just think about that poor family making only $250,000, wondering how they're going to feed their family tonight, having to choose between the buffet at Whole Foods or takeout from that new Asian fusion place." New York City Mayor Eric Adams has ordered police officers to stop congregating and, quote, chit-chatting while on duty. He feels officers are distracted from their job when they're always chin-wagging and jabber-jawing. He wants to stop the tittle-tattle, the blathering, the yakety-yak, the gab-fest, the kibitzing, the schmoozing. You're New York's finest, so shut the hell up. A couple in Louisville, Kentucky went viral after they posted a video on social media of young children working late at night at a McDonald's drive-thru. A spokesperson for the fast food chain responded that it was simply take your 8-year-old to work and make them do your job day. And we have come full cycle with the coronavirus pandemic as Moderna launches a lawsuit against Pfizer for copyright infringement over the production of their vaccines. Remember the good old days when Jonas Salk's polio vaccine was freely given to everyone and he didn't place a patent on his life-saving and history-changing medication? Ah, the good old days. Late-stage capitalism kind of sucks. According to famous pollster Nate Silver, liberal elites pressured Pfizer to not release the COVID vaccine until after the 2020 election so that Trump wouldn't get credit. So to Pfizer, we say thank you. And for those of you who died while waiting for the vaccine, thanks for taking one for the team. In yet another attempt to fill an entire Sketchworks NewsBrake episode, correspondent Tim Millard is on yet another journey across the United States as part of our news segment that brings you the sights, sounds, and stories of America. And just like last week, we're doing this with absolutely no budget.
Brian, can you at least budget some money for this whole let's send Tim around the United States thing? I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but I'd prefer flying Spirit Airlines than being stuck in this horrible traffic.
We actually were going to put you on Spirit Airlines, Tim, but they wanted to charge us a $200 no traffic fee. So we figured it was better to just save that money and put you in traffic. Speaking of Spirit Airlines, as we just did, they announced they are restarting their nonstop flights from Fort Lauderdale to Nicaragua. This decision came after Spirit's CEO had a hard time scoring decent blow over the weekend. Spirit's CEO spends so much time blowing rails, he should work for Amtrak. And that's not slanderous because neither you nor I know whom the Spirit CEO is. I'm sure they're a very nice person that only does cocaine in moderate amounts. The Oscar Mayer Corporation announced a new product last week, popsicles that taste like hot dogs. And since it's inevitable, they also launched a complimentary product, popsicles that taste like chemotherapy. After announcing he was going to Russia to seek the release of WNBA star Brittany Griner, Dennis Rodman announced he was not going to Russia to seek the release of WNBA star Brittany Griner. But that doesn't mean the worm is giving up. He's thinking very seriously of sending Putin a strongly worded text. That should do it. San Diego Padres shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. apologized for taking performance-enhancing drugs, stating, "I need to do a way better job knowing what is going inside my body," said no professional athlete or celebrity ever. Or Spirit Airlines CEO. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, while honeymooning in Italy, went on yet another shopping spree. How many honeymoons have they been on now? 5? Ben doesn't need more clothes. He needs to vape. It's true! Tickets are on sale now for the grand return of Vape the Musical in October at the Village Theater in Atlanta. Get yours today at sketchworkscomedy.com. Or get them tomorrow. But don't wait too long, as the price goes up on September 15th. Fair warning. A study published in last Wednesday's Journal of the American Medical Association Psychiatry Edition, or JAMASAI, reports that high doses of psilocybin mushrooms helps to treat adults who drink heavily, mainly because the participants were too worried about the hundreds of electric blue leeches trying to mate with their eyeballs. Make it stop. Please, make it stop. Chris Rock, the unofficial winner of the Academy Award for Will Smith Smacked Me on Live TV, says he turned down an invitation to host next year's Oscars because going back would, to him, be like going back to a crime scene. If you think that's the worst crime scene in Hollywood, Harvey Weinstein wants you to hold his beer. 73-year-old rocker Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, says he will move back to the United Kingdom because of gun violence in the U.S. As Ozzy puts it, "I don't want to die in America." What a terrible Ozzy Osbourne impression. Nice job, America. You scared off the singer of Suicide Solution. This guy bit the head off a bat in Iowa, and we scare him? You know things are bad when Ozzy Osbourne starts worrying about dying. Kevin Hart recently opened his very own plant-based fast food restaurant in Los Angeles. And I believe we have a clip of him sampling his own wares.
Did you guys like this?
Teddy, I don't know what it is. It's durian sorbet.
I want to be polite, so I don't like it, but I'm going to finish.
European scientists observing orcas off the coast of Portugal and Spain have concluded that the incidents of damaged or sinking boats are just killer whales playing and not aggressive behavior. Now, I'm no scientist, but orcas are called killer whales for a reason. It's not like they're playa whales. A different new study shows so-called zombie ice from Greenland will cause the world's oceans to rise by 1 foot over the next 80 years. It will also be turned into a new Walking Dead spin-off show that will somehow survive off the rotting corpse of The Walking Dead. Speaking of The Walking Dead, don't forget to watch The Walking Dead on October 9th, when I might be making an appearance. You know a show is past its due date when they run out of actors and have to cast me in a role. This Saturday, movie tickets will only be $3 at the vast majority of American theaters in celebration of National Cinema Day. However, theater owners will pull a Spirit Airlines on you and charge you extra for popcorn, candy, drinks, non-sticky floors, non-stained seats, and movies that aren't lame reboots from the 1980s. As garbage piles up on the streets causing health concerns in Scotland, we'd like to take a moment here at Sketchworks NewsBrake to offer some working class solidarity and remind the powers that be that this entire situation can be easily rectified. All you have to do is pay the striking workers their money. That was my Ozzy Osbourne impression. After being denied a seat in first class, actor Matt Lewis... No, not Cobra Kai Matt Lewis, who also appeared on Sketchworks NewsBrake in January. Matt Lewis from Harry Potter. Yeah, That Matt Lewis. Anyway, after this Matt Lewis was denied a seat in first class on an Air Canada flight, he vented his frustration on Twitter, tweeting that Air Canada was the worst airline in North America. Oh, non-Cobra Kai Matt Lewis, you could not be more wrong. MTV's Floribama Shore has been canceled after 4 seasons. Great. What the hell am I going to watch now? Well, guess I'll have to watch Cobra Kai again for the 300th time. Just my scenes, though. Because Matt Lewis is also in them. Speaking of which, Season 5 of Cobra Kai premieres on Netflix on September 9th. A yet another different new study released says that lying to your partner is good for your relationship. Or at least, that's what Malachi and Winston told me. And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxell. Say hi to your mom for me. She would never lie to me. Or has she?